Most people think they need more sleep. They don't. They need the same sleep, at the same time, every night. This is why 8 hours doesn't work if it moves around. Here's what I hear all the time. I sleep 8 hours, just not consistently. Monday through Thursday, bed at 11. Friday, 1 in the morning. Saturday, sleep until 9. Sunday night, can't fall asleep until midnight. Monday morning, back to the alarm. The hours add up, but the person still feels off. They assume they're doing it right because the duration is there. But the body doesn't average sleep the way you might average calories across a week. It doesn't care that you got your 8 hours eventually. It cares that the timing kept changing. Because sleep isn't just rest. It's a synchronization signal. And when that signal moves, everything downstream starts to drift. Your body runs on a circadian rhythm, not a loose preference, a biological timing system. This rhythm governs when certain processes happen, when your core temperature drops, when melatonin releases, when cortisol peaks, when your digestive system slows down, when cellular repair begins. All of these events are scheduled, and the schedule is set by when you go to sleep and when you wake up. If those times stay consistent, the rhythm stays locked. Everything happens in the right order, at the right intensity, with the right duration. But if your sleep timing shifts, even by an hour or two, the rhythm doesn't shift with you cleanly. It lags. It tries to adjust, but it can't recalibrate that fast. So now your cortisol is peaking before you're awake, or after you've already been up for hours. Your melatonin is still elevated when you're trying to feel alert. Your insulin sensitivity is high at the wrong time and low when you're actually eating. None of this is a disaster, but it creates static in the system. Your metabolism isn't broken, it's just mistimed. And when timing is off, effort increases while results decrease. This is where things get tangible. When your sleep schedule is inconsistent, energy becomes unreliable. Some mornings you wake up sharp. Other mornings, with the same amount of sleep, you feel like you're dragging. It's not random, it's misalignment. Your body expected you to wake at a certain time, but you didn't. Or it expected rest to begin at a certain time, but you delayed it. So the processes that should have completed didn't finish. The ones that should have started are behind schedule. Appetite becomes harder to read. Some days you're not hungry in the morning even though you haven't eaten in hours. Other days you wake up ravenous. By evening, hunger spikes at odd times. You're fighting cravings when you shouldn't be. This is also why fasting feels harder on some days than others. It's not willpower, it's timing. If your circadian rhythm is stable, hunger follows a predictable pattern. You know when it's coming. You know when it fades. You can plan around it. But when your sleep schedule bounces around, hunger becomes erratic. Your body doesn't know when the next feeding window is supposed to be, so it starts signaling earlier or more intensely. Fasting stops feeling natural and starts feeling like a fight. And recovery suffers too. The repair work that happens during sleep is time-sensitive. If you're going to bed later, those processes start later. If you're waking earlier, they get cut short. Inflammation stays elevated. Muscle repair slows. Cognitive function doesn't fully restore. Again, none of this is dramatic, but it compounds. And the more inconsistent your sleep, the harder it becomes to feel like anything else is working. When sleep timing becomes consistent, the noise clears. Your body stops guessing when rest is coming. It knows, so it can prepare. Melatonin releases on schedule. Core temperature drops when it should. Deep sleep becomes easier to reach. When you wake up, Cortisol peaks at the right time. Energy ramps up predictably. Hunger follows a pattern you can anticipate. This is what makes discipline easier. Not because you suddenly have more willpower, but because your metabolism is working with you instead of against you. Fasting feels smoother because your hunger signals are predictable. Training feels more productive because recovery is actually happening. Energy stays more stable because your system isn't constantly trying to recalibrate. Consistency creates predictability, and predictability reduces friction. You stop fighting yourself. You stop wondering why the same approach works one day and doesn't work the next. The variability drops, and when variability drops, everything else gets simpler. Sleep consistency isn't a hack. It's not even exciting, but it's one of the most reliable variables you control. And it quietly decides how hard or easy everything else becomes before the day even starts. This is one of the reasons we keep coming back to these fundamentals in the After Dark series. Not because they're hidden, but because understanding how they actually work makes them easier to sustain.